And now I'm a writer. I've always kept a journal. But if any of you are writers, you know what you put in a journal. Everything miserable that happened, right? The angst of your soul, the tortured life that you have led. So I decided that in this pretty journal, it was going to be much too pretty to put all that. I was only going to put good stuff. And I was going to write one thing every night that I was grateful for. Just one thing. How hard is that? And it didn't have to be an essay. Was not going to be writing something long and fancy. It could be grateful for the cup of coffee this morning. And I started doing it. And here's the really amazing thing. Writing one thing a day, one thing at night, changes your perspective on your entire day. Because you have in the back of your head, somewhere in that unconscious, that you're looking for something great to be grateful for. And you wake up in the morning and you're tired and you're exhausted, but then you think, wow, that's a really pretty sunset. Maybe I'll be grateful for that later. Or you have that cup of coffee and you go, I guess I'm okay for today. I have something to be grateful for. I had a cup of coffee. Or maybe it gets to be 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it suddenly occurs to you, I have not found anything to be grateful for yet. And so then you start looking a little bit harder. Now, some days are harder than others. I spoke to one woman who told me she had kept a gratitude journal for a long time, and that there got to the day where she wrote that she was grateful for her feet. And that's okay. There are days that really all we have to be grateful for is our feet, and frankly, feet are a pretty good thing to be grateful for. I also spoke to another woman who actually told me that she had kept a gratitude journal for 17 years, and that she had never missed a night. And I said, really? And as we were talking about it, she said, I wonder what I wrote the night my mother died. And I wonder what I wrote the night I got fired from work. And she really couldn't remember. She had no idea. That had been a few years earlier. And she was so nice, she went home and she pulled out those journals. She's much more organized than I am. I could never have found those journals. But she found the journals, she pulled them out, and she emailed me the next day what she had written on both of those days. And there were 2 or 3 things from each of those days. And the one that I remember is that the night her mom had died, she wrote, so grateful that my dad and sister are here to go through this with me. And I was so touched by that, because it seemed like such a wonderful definition of what gratitude is. It doesn't mean that things are going to be wonderful. It doesn't mean that you're going to be happy about every event that occurs. But it means that you're going to find the way of looking at it, so whatever occurs, you can still put one foot in front of the other.